What's good people? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. My name is Corey, and today we're talking about The Creator. So The Creator has just hit VOD. I was able to check it out, and let me say, it immediately shoots to the top of the list when it comes to making a movie of the year list. It's an action sci-fi that is gorgeous. And not only that, it has heart, it has very good action, it has a great lead in John David Washington, and it has a great director in Gareth Edwards. I really enjoyed the movie. I'm very high on the movie. If I had to rate it on my little scale, I'd have to say that The Creator is damn good. It's basically perfect. Now that might be contrary to what you've heard on the interwebs when people talking about this movie. It didn't do a ton of box office out here where I'm living. It came to theaters and left theaters super fast. I didn't even get an opportunity to go and see it. If you don't see things within the first 2 or 3 weeks out here, sometimes things are gone. So I had to sit back and look at other critics review movies and talk about this movie in particular. And sometimes when people talk, I don't understand what they're saying. Like, I watch people talk about this and say they expected more and they wanted more of a statement on things, and they wanted this movie to have more smarts to it. And I feel like, I don't know why y'all expected that. Like, this to me was marketed as an action sci-fi with a bit of heart to it. And as you watch it, you get exactly that, an action sci-fi with a bit of heart. Some people accuse the movie of not having a message, but when I watch it, I did get a message from it. I don't want to spoil it for people because it's still pretty fresh to be out. But basically, I'll give you this, that we are the monsters, not the machines. It's like this. It made perfect sense, and it was delivered in several different lines, and you see it in a bunch of different characters. I don't get that some people watched this movie and didn't get that. They came out of this thing and said, oh, it doesn't really say anything. It's one of the things that I've heard people say. I'm like, I got what it said, and I liked it. I thought it said it quite well. I must say, the thing that stood out the most about this movie to me is the fact that it looked so good for such a small budget. A lot of people made a lot about that. So I think this movie was put together for less than $100 million. And it looks better than a lot of movies that were put together for 2 or 3 times that budget. I got a 4K TV at home, Ultra HD. We get to see all the pixels and everything else. And it was great. It was great. I was captivated by the visuals. I thought all of the effects were stellar. And again, John David Washington, man, I really enjoy this guy. He does his best to be his own man, but at the same time, if you've watched enough movies and you've seen enough Denzel Washington, you can see his father bleeding through at times when it comes to his voice, when it comes to some of his mannerisms. He's very similar to his father. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's a really good thing that he comes through with some recognizable traits and some emotion that's reminiscent of something that we've seen before, and it makes it kind of easier as an audience member to connect to. But yeah, man, I don't want to spoil too much of this. I want to keep it light. It's basically spoiler free. This movie is a damn good movie, and it's better than a lot of people gave it credit to be. And I actually wish that it would have made more money. I know some people have their curated list of all the different artsy, fancy, cinema type movies that they're gonna review and they're gonna put on the top of their list when it comes to the end of the year. But for me, this is a cut above a popcorn film. Like, it's deeper than that. It's better than just a regular blockbuster. And at the same time, it gives you all the action and the fun, some of the light moments that you would get with a plain old blockbuster. So I enjoyed it, man. I really put it high on my personal list. Action sci-fi, it clicks a few boxes for me. Like, it hits a lot of my personal buttons. So I'm high on it. It's in my top 5 immediately for best movies of the year. So you'll hear me talk about it again if you're a friend of the channel. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe, because I would appreciate that. It would help me do more, grow more, and put more stuff out. It'll just be beneficial if you would subscribe. It costs you nothing. Do that for the boy. Drop me a comment, let me know what you thought about The Creator. Again, I thought it was great. And that's all we have for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.